Well, AFL great Tom Hawkins and wife Emma are swapping footy boots for front row fashion for horseback. The star couple lending their support and saddling up for one of Australia's most inspiring fundraising events. It's called the Tour de Horse.
Kicking off this week in the Upper Hunter Valley, the 6-day endurance ride will see participants cover close to 200 kilometres, raising vital funds for children and families impacted by trauma, injury and life-changing illness. It's a tremendous cause. And to tell us more, Geelong AFL great Tom Hawkins and Kids Foundation Ambassador Emma Hawkins join us live from the Hunter Valley. Good morning, you two. Emma, first up, you're returning as an ambassador for this incredible cause. Tell us about the event. And is it true that you actually grew up riding horses?
I did. I grew up riding horses, but in this level with the other horse riders here, I'm probably sitting very low, compared to, or even lower, okay? Nice, just keeping me humble. Yeah, there's a range of riders that come together in the Hunter Valley, and we're riding on ex-racehorses that have been repurposed, and we ride through the Hunter Valley every day in very hilly terrain, and we reach almost 200 kilometres by the end, and we are raising hopefully over $1 million this year, which all goes back to the Kids Foundation and helping their kids, which is over 300,000 kids and family a year with their camps and trauma programs and all the rest. So it is incredible.
Yeah, a great cause, some great and picturesque countryside. Tom, of course we know you for kicking goals and riding the wave of emotion on the footy field, but this week we hear you're volunteering on the ground. This is the equivalent of being the orange runner, isn't it? You're there with the oranges. You're not confident enough to jump in the saddle.
Well, effectively, Kylie, I know my strengths, and that's not necessarily on the back of a horse. I have a little bit of a fear that was generated as a young kid, but I sat next to Ben Melham and Jamie Melham, and Ben and I, Ben's a current, along with his Melbourne Cup winning wife, Jamie, are jockeys, and they did remind me that there are kids attending the week through the Tour de Horse that with the Kids Foundation that have lost limbs, been in some traumatic and tragic circumstances. So it's the least I could do to get on the back of a horse. So Ben has promised to give me a couple of tips. So I look forward to that and getting on the back of the horse at some stage today. In the meantime, I will be helping the ladies behind the scenes making scones and maybe cutting up some oranges to give to the riders at morning tea and afternoon tea. But outside of that, I get the opportunity to spend some time with some of the kids that are in the program, some that I've had a relationship with now for over 12 months, and just to be able to spend and learn and grow from their experiences is therapeutic for them in their rehabilitation, but it is also I get a lot out of it personally, and that's why Emma and I are involved, because we feel like we come out here to Belltrees, we give up our time, but we get a hell of a lot back in our experiences when we go home to our kids.
Yeah, I can see that. Emma, can you tell us a little bit about the stories of the children you're supporting? Tom touched on it there. Run us through some of your stories.
Yeah, the stories range for so many. Some of the kids have been born with maybe spinal issues, but a lot have had traumatic events where that might be in a bus crash, burns from when they were young. There's a real range, and every day we learn about all the different stories. The kids come and they perform, and they tell us their journey and how through the Kids Foundation, a few of the kids last night said, and their mums got up and spoke and said they were able to go on a family holiday for the first time last year, and for the first time ever they didn't feel like they didn't belong. They felt like they belonged, and the kids got to develop amazing skills and connect with other kids that have been through similar traumas. And so do the parents and the families, which I think for siblings and parents that have gone through, a traumatic event through their child, that's really important for the families too. But these kids, like, as Ben said to Tom, if he's a bit scared of getting on a horse, my gosh, you just have to look around and see what these kids can do, because they are the strongest, bravest kids I've ever met.
And Tom, it must feel good for you to be passing on all those lessons that you've learned from the footy field about resilience and teamwork. That must they must love hearing those stories and you passing on those sort of values.
Yeah, they certainly do. I mean, my shared experience, which everyone is interested in, being life as an AFL footballer for 18 years, seems a little bit insignificant now for me. But to be able to share my stories and my experiences, how I've had success and reached the pinnacle, playing in and winning 3 AFL grand finals, to the lows that I've been through and managing myself through those is really important to talk through those experiences that I've had. But I went down to Muswellbrook Football Club, the Muswellbrook Cats last night. I didn't have the footy boots on, but I trained alongside some of the kids through the Kids Foundation as well. They came down and participated and helped me run a session with the Auskickers as well. So again, like, as much as the kids are getting out of it, we're just getting just as much back.
Oh, they would love that in Muswellbrook. That would have been amazing.
Hey, Emma, you know there's so many viral opportunities.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Emma, you know there's so many viral opportunities. If we can get Tom on that horse and get those videos at around the 150k mark, you know that would be stuff.
I was brainstorming that at the table last night, but and Ben's trying to find a Clydesdale because he's a bit worried that the polo ponies might not handle the big fella.
4 days behind the pack.
We'll be in touch.
4 days behind the
no
pack.
scones for me today. Yeah, exactly. No scones for me. I'll make sure they all get to the riders this afternoon.
Yeah, oh, good stuff. Congratulations on all the work that you're doing. It's just terrific, and we look forward to following your journey over the next few days.